Welcome to the Rest Movement, where we release every single thing. Hey, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Rest Movement podcast. I am Renee Young Blake, your host, the Nugget Dropper. And to my right,
I am Sonja, your soul soother.
she changes her name every week. Soul soother, soul stir. Last week you was soul pop off. I don't know what your name is.
You're pop off.
But yeah, I'm queen. I'm the queen of the pop off. I've been getting on her about her mic. You know, when she get deep,
nice.
when the soul stir get deep, she starts talking. Your mic. Did you just start saying my mic sounds nice? I'm gonna take your black card. You keep it up. The soul stir. When she starts stirring, she starts cooking. When I let her cook, she starts talking with her sexy voice. I'm like, they can't hear that.
Not intentionally.
I told her to pop off. She's like, I don't pop off. I said, I know that I'm the queen of pop off. Okay, but yin and yang, I'm going to need you to flip that sometimes. If I'm yin, you yang.
I'm going to work on it.
Sometimes you're going to have to be queen pop off.
I'm going to get it together.
She could talk a little bit. But anyway, we are glad that you are with us for another episode. She came back last week and I was so excited because I wasn't by myself no more. Although when I'm by myself, I'm really not by myself because y'all with me too. But it's nothing like having your bestie hanging out and chopping it up with you. So last week in her amnesia, she forgot that I told her last week we were going to do over that episode. The episode has been posted. I hope you've watched it. It kind of opens up the conversation. Our conversation really was great, but I was just a little off. I didn't have my stuff together. I was all over the place. I was trying to find my notes, and it was just a little bit too much. And the perfectionist in me said that I needed to do this episode over and change it a little bit. Okay? That's what happens when you don't remember, it's Freedom Friday. It's Freedom Friday. It's Freedom Friday. Friday. What you want to do? What you want to do? Let's go and get free. Oh, now you looking like Morris Day. Hallelujah.
Exactly what
Oh man, you're taking us way back, and we can tell our age, right? Because I did 61 and done. And listen, I don't know if y'all checked out my 61 and done live on the YouTube page, but listen, I'm still 61 and having fun. So the 61 and done declaration, I'm now 61 and having fun.
Yes.
And soon, just a few weeks, you gonna be 61 and having fun right with me. Ow, ow, ow. So what we started talking about last week, and really because this is such an important topic, and it's something that I really want us to grab our teeth in, it makes sense that we still talk about it and that we don't just blow past it because we've already done the episode on it. So it's a do-over episode that it's not being done over because last week's episode wasn't good, because it was, and you should go check it out. But I want to continue the conversation because I think many of you, this will resonate with, because it is what most women become. And we need to do better. You know, we need to do better. And so,
know better, you do better.
When you know better, you do better if you choose better. Because knowing better, you don't just do, because how many know I don't need to be eating that cake before I go to bed? But do I do? Not all the time. Not, listen, not, let me tell you, let me give a shout out to my youngest brother, but older than me still, because they're all older than me. He called me and said, hey, where you? I said, working. He said, I got something for you, but you're going to have to come get it. That's always the case. Just tell me you got something for me and I got to come get it. So I'm like, okay, since you're older, I'll honor my elder and come get whatever it is. I hit him with that.
Mm.
But when I got there and saw he made me a German chocolate cake.
My favorite. Do I need to call my big baby brother and tell him it's my favorite too?
You might just need to, because he hooked the sister up. And I always slice it completely up when I get it, and I wrap it and freeze my pieces so that when I want to just pop on that cake.
And you don't drink coffee, do you?
No.
Oh my God, you're missing it. That would be so amazing.
No, it wouldn't.
Coffee and cake. Hello.
Hot tea.
Friends.
Hot tea.
Write in and tell me, is it coffee and cake or tea and cake?
Okay. Let's do this poll. Too bad we're not live and see how quickly you would lose.
Not a chance.
Hot tea. Hey, did you see the email I sent you about the skating something in February?
And I just said that's so cute. It kept on going.
No, you didn't.
I'm not putting all of this on anybody's rink.
If I can put all of this,
but I haven't skated in over 25 years.
Girl,
probably 45.
Get you one of them walkers and roll around. It's a gospel night.
Oh my gosh!
Come on, you gotta go. Come on, you gotta go.
Is there gonna be like an ambulance in a parking lot?
I'm a nurse. I won't help you go into the light. I promise.
I see you push.
Come on. We can't get to this episode because you don't want to go roller skating with me. Can somebody go roller skating? It's February. I think was it 13th?
See?
All I gotta do is go back to the email and look.
But we both used to have those white skates with the green wheels and the green pom-poms. Those are gone. I'd have to wear like theirs.
Girl, they have nice at this rink. They have nice skates.
Seriously?
Yes, I was shocked. They had just bought these skates. They were nice and clean, and they didn't have them wobbly. You know how the boot be so wobbly because they've been worn for so many years. No, these are sturdy.
Awesome.
They're sturdy. So you just need to come. I think it's 2 hours. It's like 7 to 9.
That's all I need.
They ain't gonna kill you.
Ooh.
Or not.
Right.
You can come practice, and then you have so much fun. You're gonna want to go back with me.
Go back with me? You're going again?
Absolutely. I'm 61 and having fun. And I'm just getting started. Help! I might go hiking.
It's a red flag.
A flag on the plate. Listen, I hope y'all enjoy laughing because it's important and we need to do that more.
We're going to tape it and show you guys.
As much as we have these serious topics, we love having fun. So what we were talking about is why so many strong women don't heal, they cope. They don't heal, they cope. So that's what we're talking about today. This is not again, we mentioned that it's not an attack on your strength because we like being strong, but there are times when you shared, I like being soft, I want to, and oftentimes we don't get to do that as women because we're having to manage our homes, manage life, manage things at work. Everybody's pulling and tugging on us. And so we don't just get to be soft and be taken care of. And somehow in our culture, especially, nobody gives us a pass to just be soft and be taken care of. We're expected to be able to handle everything. And that's not, girl, that thing scared me.
50 hats.
50 hats.
That's how many we wear.
50.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And not one of them is called soft.
Not one of them. So this is an invitation to go deeper than survival because that's what we do a lot. We just survive and we want to get past doing that. So, we've been on this great journey. Many great episodes. I hope you've been watching. And if you're new to the REST movement, REST stands for Release Every Single Thing. This is a podcast where it's a safe space where you can come and hang out with us. And we're not just a podcast, we're a movement. We are determined to make sure women are set free Women are, and check out my morning manna that I do on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram every morning, Monday through Friday, except when I oversleep, which is very rare because I rarely sleep. Just some nuggets for you to take away. You know, it's a part of what we do to encourage you, to help you think differently, because, you know, when we have a way of thinking, we kind of get stuck in that way of thinking, and it's hard for us to move past that. So this episode is not about doing less.
Mm-hmm.
It's about feeling more, getting in touch with things, because we're so busy that we don't get in touch with how we feel. We don't get in touch with how we really feel. We just push past it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we mean when we say strong women? When we say strong women, we're not talking about our muscle strength. We're not talking about our confidence. We're talking about the woman who doesn't fall apart publicly. We hold it together. We can, I can think of many times when something happened in front of me or something happened to me and I was about to break, but you weren't going to see that. I wasn't going to let you see that what you just did to me just crumpled my whole life. But what you just said to me, or how you just treated me, or how you overlooked me, you will never know. Hey, how you doing? A whole while you're covering up because you have to. You know, you go home, you have children to raise, so you can't be falling apart because these babies are looking at you and they're depending on you. Even as grown children, they're depending on you because now they have children and they want to make sure they're doing things right. So you can't be falling apart because you become a hero. I remember talking about in the first few episodes when I was kind of laying down the framework and the foundation of what the rest movement is, and how I can't tell my story without looking at my mother's story. I can't unpack my issues without unpacking my mother's issues and all of the things that she went through and never had the freedom to talk about it.
No safe space.
No safe space. You know, I remember saying, you know, most people think that I'm the only girl, but the one who made my mother a mother, even if it wasn't but for 2 weeks, was my big sister, Deborah Lorraine. She was the oldest and she died 2 weeks, but my mother was pregnant in the next March. She was having her first son. And after that, the next March, she was having, so Deborah was born in March the 29th. Then my oldest brother came March 11th. The next brother came March 23rd. The next year in December, the third brother came. Then 2 years after that, the last brother came. And then 7 years later, I came. And so she went from being in her parents' home to marrying my dad. And that was the end of the story. And so she had to be strong. I'm sure, number one, she was a Black woman in the 50s in the hospital. I'm sure I remember her saying something to me like the nurse came in there and, come on, stop that crying, or something like that to her, because she was upset and she could tell that something was wrong with her baby. And they were kind of just brushing off her thoughts. But lo and behold, something was wrong with her baby. Today, that same thing that they diagnosed Deborah with, something today wouldn't have matched to anything. It would have been easily treated. Mom would have went home. Baby would have went home. No big deal. All of those things, and she still had to do life. Still had to come home and be a wife. You know, still had to be the strong woman, and nobody took the time to talk her through what it felt like. Your very first child, you lose. How do you get up and have another one? How do you continue to have more? Never, and me not knowing even to ask her questions, because we weren't in a generation where we were taught to talk. And my mother was the kind of woman who, you didn't embarrass her in public, and you don't go telling her business. And you don't, I drove her crazy because, I like to run my mouth. It's like, oh my God, sometimes you just need to shut up. Well, I ain't gonna let nobody else tell it. I might as well tell it myself in any old who. So we're talking again about the woman who doesn't fall apart publicly, the woman who shows up no matter how she feels. always pushing through. I say all the time, I can count on one hand the number of times I've called off for work because what I will say to them, if I wake up and I'm not feeling well, I'm starting late today. But you rarely say, I don't feel well, I'm not coming in today. I just get myself together and show up. And that's what we all do, right?
Okay.
The woman who carries emotional weight quietly. That's who we're talking about when we are describing what a strong woman is. And I know that resonates with you. I know you're the woman who keeps it together no matter what in public. I know you're the woman who shows up all the time no matter how she feels. The woman who carries that emotional weight quietly.
You know what this? You have some more?
No, go ahead.
This, I wish I would have thought about this. I would have liked to conduct do some research to see what our rate is compared to other cultures and high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, stuff like that. Because everything you said is impacting your health. It's stressful, and stress shows up in so many different ways. Not necessarily an illness. It could be shopping. It could be eating. It could be, what do they call it? Functional depressed. So it's truly important that we free ourselves from these things because we're doing ourselves.
You still can research it, and what I'll do is even after we upload the episode, I can add it later in the details. Yeah, I can go back and edit and add it in just so that we're giving that perspective. Good looking out. Mm-hmm. Strength for many women was required. It's not something we chose to do. Nobody wants to be strong, in the way that we are expected to be strong. I'm not saying not to have strength. I want to have strength, but there is an emotional connection when we're talking about strong. It's not just you show up and you're able to accomplish. It's I gotta do this. This is what I've been told I gotta be. You became strong because someone had to. Somebody had to show up. Somebody had to get it done. If you wait around for somebody else to do it, it's not getting done. Right. It's always you. You became strong because something or someone depended on you. You became strong because nobody else was coming. You better get it together. It's the way it happens.
Nobody else was coming.
Nobody else was coming. Yeah. I didn't choose strength. I adapted to what life demanded. Mm-hmm. Aren't we the best at adapting? My husband was asking her earlier about yuck.
So good.
And I say, yuck. Forgive me if that's somebody's specialty and y'all love yuck. He asked her, he hollered at her, Sonja, you like yuck? She's like, what is that? And then when he started describing it, oh yeah. Why are you asking? Is somebody in this house with me don't like it? Why she rolling her eyes at me? Because there are a whole lot of things I don't eat. But he talked about his mom used to fix it because it was so many of them. It was a type of food that could stretch. That's what we do. We adapt and we stretch and we make it happen. And sometimes with sleepless nights, sometimes going without and being strong and acting like we're not hungry because you want to make sure everybody else is fed. Even to this day, when I cook, I'm making sure everybody else has a plate and I'll eat what's left over if we're not all sitting at the table. I always fix my husband's plate first, take him his plate, everybody else come get y'all's food, and whatever's left, that's what I'll eat. I know you can't tell.
That jokes.
I can eat next. What was that movie that said, I can eat? It was with Denzel Washington. I can't think of that actor, but it was Antoine Fisher. And he was asking him to go to dinner. He's like, I can eat. So don't laugh at me. How did stress show up for you early on in life?
How did it show up for me? You mean how did I mask it, or what did I do to show that I had it?
Yeah, how were you forced into that strength mode early in life?
So, being the oldest, having two younger brothers. First of all, my mom had me at the kitchen sink when I was 7 years old, learning how to wash dishes. Yeah, I knew how to wash dishes, and my dad was frying chicken, and he taught me how to do that. And then when we moved, um, I became what you call a latchkey, and I had to take care of my brothers. And I also had to have the house spick and span before they got home. And there was no excuses, homework, nothing. Everything had to be done. So being the oldest sister and the oldest sibling, those responsibilities were placed on me. But at the time, I just thought, you know.
And that's why, because we raise our daughters and spoil our sons. Because your brother that's right below you ain't but 2 years younger.
That's so true.
So that sucker could have been doing
He
some
sure
work
could
too.
have.
He could have been, you better have his house clean before I got, but no. They raised their girls and they spoil their sons.
So true.
We gotta stop doing that.
Is that why? That's another show for another.
Listen, but it's the truth. It's a part of us not choosing to be strong. It's like we're forced to. We're forced by the way we're raised, and then we perpetuate it in how we raise our own children. You know, the girl's got to do everything. Unless he's going out and being a provider and she's not working and we're both working, I think we both can do all of this. Because why wear her out and then there's nothing left of her? And quite frankly, I mean, you know, the caveat to this is we usually outlive them. It may be because we're so super strong. I don't know. But that's not a good reason to stay stuck doing that. That's not what I'm suggesting at all. I didn't choose strength. I adapted to what life demanded. We talking about strength showing up early. And I think for you being the oldest, it showed up for me being the youngest. Because there's a birth order book that I read many years ago that said if there is 6, I believe it was 6 years between you and the next sibling, how he gonna come be talking about he left her some yuck in the middle of our taping? Do he just think small bowl? Do you want to come get on this episode? No, I don't want no trouble. You don't want no trouble? Well, you get in trouble interrupting the episode.
That's my brother. He's saving me some yuck.
How my husband gonna come down here with some yuck? Talking about he made some yuck.
I'll let you. I'm sure I will. Yeah.
Go on now. You messing up the episode. And don't be cheesing so much because you getting some food. How I gotta be strong. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Come down here interrupting. Strength for many women again was required. It wasn't something we chose to do. Strength shows up early for you again. You were talking about the fact that you were the oldest and had to take care of your siblings. One was 2 years younger, one was 4 years younger. 6 years younger. Them little suckers could have helped. Okay, they could have been doing some help, especially Junior. I want to fight him now because he should have been helping you when he was younger. Sitting there talking about
what's the problem.
Sitting there at the table letting you feed him, and he could have been washing the dishes. Girl, I'm mad all over again. Anyway, being the youngest and having that birth order space, what they said was you become the oldest of the next set of children. Even if you don't have anybody younger than you, you turn out to be like the oldest. And it's why I've always been older and acting older. I used to think that it was always because I grew up around my older siblings, but it's because the birth order didn't give me anybody directly with me to make me feel like the youngest. I didn't, so I had to be the grown up for my own set of whatever would have been if I had younger.
Gotcha.
So I got to find that book because it was a really, really good book. So next, let's talk about when strength becomes a mask. At some point, strength stops being helpful and start becoming protective. You stop saying, I'm tired or I'm hurt or I need help, and you start saying, I'm fine, I got it. Don't we say that?
Yeah.
I'll handle
It's
it.
good.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry
No
about
problem.
it. I am forever saying, it's good. You sure you women? No, I'm fine. And all the while, I'm like, why you say that? You're not fine. You're not fine, and you need the help because we don't know how to allow people to help us because we want to wear the banner. I'm strong. I got this. We gotta chisel away.
I'm your go-to.
And we're saying it not because we're dishonest. We're saying it because being vulnerable feels risky. Letting somebody know we need help might make them think we're weak or we can't handle it. We can't do it.
Mm.
And it's a mind game we play with ourselves because nobody is expecting us to be all these things that we're expecting ourselves to be. And if they are expecting it, it is because we established that with them.
That's right.
And it's a cycle that needs to be broken.
I agree.
And maybe not even broken, it needs to be destroyed. Because if it's broken, you might try to put it back together again and keep doing it. And that's not what we're trying to do. That Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Somebody couldn't put it. Yeah, we don't want to put that back together again.
No, we don't.
We're going to let that go. When did you realize strength was covering something deeper?
Trigger things would happen and cause me moments of sadness, and I would cry. Or I would feel inadequate about certain things, or I would wish I would have done this and that, but I was too busy taking care of other things because I like the banner that I'm your go-to girl.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never too late.
It's never too late. It's a horrible mask to wear because you really aren't allowing yourself to be true to yourself. And if you're not being true to yourself, everybody around you is not living with your truth either.
Right. They don't know the authentic you.
They don't know that you're just walking around with that lie of strength. And it's okay. And just think if we all took a vulnerability pill, how much better off we would be, because rather than sitting in a room with a bunch of women acting like you got it going on because we compete with one another. Certainly I can't let you know that I'm over here broken because you looking, like you got it going on when you ain't got it going on either. But
Right.
we both sitting here having it going on and,
Right.
and nobody has it going on because we're coping. We're not healing.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to come out of that.
Yeah, we do.
Strength can become a mask as we wear so no one sees what's really going on. Take the mask off.
We're hiders.
Hiders. Cut it out. So here's the difference between coping and healing. Coping helps you function, right? Healing helps you feel. When you're coping, you function well. You're like on autopilot. It's like sometimes I can be in my car and get to a destination and don't even remember how I got there. Because my mind is all over the place of all of the things I got to get done, all of the all of the things to do, check off lists. And I get somewhere, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm here already. Don't even know how I got there.
Yeah.
It's because we're functioning.
That's right.
When you're feeling, those are the time you're in that car and you are shedding some tears. When they're feeling, sometimes a song comes on the radio and it just starts bringing up stuff and you got to pull over and get yourself together because you have allowed the wound to be open. And unfortunately, sometimes we open up that wound and we're all alone because we still don't want anybody to know what's happening, what's going on. And that's not good for us. Coping looks like staying busy. It looks like staying distracted, staying productive. Busy work, busy doing nothing, not accomplishing anything. But it's like Mary and Martha. Martha all mad Cause she in there preparing all the food.
Mm-hmm.
Mary sitting in there chillax talking to Jesus, sitting at his feet like, so where you been, Jesus? What miracles did you do? You went where? Oh my goodness, how was it there? I would love to go there one day. And Martha's then get her thinking, waka laka.
Making me do all the work.
I mean, he making all that, and then she gonna have the nerve, and that probably was me, Sister Pop Off. Martha gonna have the nerve to pop off on Jesus, like. You're not going to say nothing to her. And I'm all up in here being busy. And Jesus said to her, Mary knows the good part. She knows I'm only going to be here for a little while. And she's doing what's important. She's sitting at my feet, getting my nuggets. So that when I walk away, she's got something to hold on to. What you going to have but some pots and pans? Because all you worried about, hey, but did I ask you for any food? Did I look like I'm hungry? I'm Jesus.
Make you think of busy people, right?
Busy people, busy doing nothing instead of sitting. It's just like, you sometimes when we entertain, we're so busy making sure everything's together. We don't even spend no time with our guests. We invite them over, but we don't even. Did you see so and so? Oh, they were here. Oh man, I missed them. Yeah, because you're too busy. Just cater it. Save the money and cater it so you can enjoy your guests, or figure out a way to involve people in your home to help you. You don't have to cook it all.
That's right.
You don't have to do all the decorations. You don't have to do all the errands. Make a list and give people assignments. Delegate. That's that's a foul word, right? And I'm talking to myself. Delegate. You don't have to do everything.
Why are we so scared to delegate? Because we don't want to seem like the boss, because the boss is this big, biggity, mean person? Because we're always told to delegate. Or is it that we have too much pride, or we want too much control because nobody can do it like us? So I don't want them to do it because they're not going to do it like I would do it.
Or we want all the glory. Because if we have to share the glory, then nobody's not going
to dim.
Somebody going to dim our shine because we ain't sharing.
Girl.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, this was so nice. Yeah, me and son. Oh no, I did this. No, she bought a dish instead of splitting it and said, yeah, we did this. We gotta stop doing that.
Pride to get you in to say, well, I made the macaroni and cheese that you love so much.
Well, I do make some good macaroni and cheese, if I should say so myself. But this girl right here, she could put a hurting on. Listen, Sister Sad. She can make some cabbage. And I was not a fan of you know what I'm saying. Yes, asparagus. You knew I was going. But honey, she put a hurting on some asparagus, and then she done taught me how to make it so it tastes like hers. Yum diddy yum diddy yum diddy yum diddy yum yum. Yum diddy yum diddy yum yum diddy yum. But then,
ooh,
I ain't even know. It was black and white. We grew up on black and white TV. Don't play.
Okay, well, don't forget the hanger and the foil, the antenna.
Oh yeah.
If we're gonna go, let's go.
Hangers, the foil.
Yes.
Turning the knob with the
fork or whatever.
No, the fork. No, we had the pliers. Turning the knob with the pliers.
That's so funny. We're talking about this.
We digress.
We did
often,
but why the black folks have hangers on their TVs? Didn't that come with the antenna?
Money.
So we didn't get the antenna.
They weren't going to. So we probably couldn't even go in the store where they sold the antenna.
We weren't that bad.
Or as they say in the South, the antenna. And if you're from the South, you know that's what y'all say. Antenna. Reba say antenna.
She do.
She does.
I've never heard nobody say that before.
She was the first person, well, maybe it's North Carolinian people. She used to go down to North Carolina every summer and come back. I mean, of course, that was before we met her. But she was the first person I heard say it. And then Years after, I've heard other people say antenna. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so there are other people that say that. Because I used to love teasing her. Like, what is an antenna? Anyway, so again, coping looks like staying busy, staying distracted, staying productive, but healing looks like sitting with the discomfort, not trying to push past it,
Feeling it,
actually feeling it, and talking to yourself about it. You know, right now I'm really feeling angry. I'm really feeling hurt. I'm really feeling mad. I'm really feeling overlooked. I'm really feeling pretty ticked off about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me, I wasn't and am not a talker of it when I'm sitting in it. I will journal it. Like I will write the letter if somebody offends me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really, because when I get really upset, I'm enraged, crying because I'm so mad. I got to write it out. So that's how I feel. I sit in my discomfort by writing it, and once I've written it, I'm done with it. It's out of me. It's over.
Yeah.
I don't even think because I'm writing it to them as if I'm telling them all of this.
So you're not upset with the person anymore?
I can't tell you. When I tell you it releases something out of me.
But how do you stop them from being a repeat offender?
Well, now I don't let people get away with nothing no more.
Oh, that's right. The new you.
The new me don't be playing.
The 61 of fun is even going to be tougher.
Woo. Yeah. You're not going to just say what you want to say to me. The old me would have accepted that and would have been somewhere with my heart broken and crying and really hurt. But no, if it's something that needs to be addressed because it's something that's repeated, yeah, I'll address it. But if I am really angry and upset about something, I got to write that out, because what I would say out my mouth my tongue can annihilate. And I ain't trying to, weaponize my mouth, because it can be a weapon.
Gotcha.
I need praise to be my weapon, not this mouth. Healing also looks like naming the emotion. Again, I'm angry, or I'm hurt, or I feel abandoned. Sometimes it's like you have a fight with somebody and that the fight and the argument you have, it was not about that thing. And it seems so ridiculous. We're arguing because you left the cabinet open. Like, we're really not arguing about you left the cabinet open. So what is this about? It's about something else that was said earlier or said last week, and you still brewing. Can't do that.
Which, it's a little off subject, but she made me think of this. Let us also take that into consideration when we are in public and someone isn't their nice self. Not that we know if there is a nice self to them, but what we do know is we don't even know that person, and they may come off a little raw and rough, and we want to be raw and rough back. But what they could possibly need to help turn that all the way around is just a smile. Just a smile. That's it. And say, okay, and keep it moving. Not a sarcastic okay. I just wanted to put that plug in there.
That's important, because I said this in one of my morning manners one time, that when we respond to people, I think I was talking about reacting versus I can't remember what the topic was, but when we see somebody acting crazy, or we see somebody do something and we're ready to respond, reacting versus responding. We want to react to what they've done. We don't know that person is a total of several things. We don't know what they just came through. We don't know where they're coming from. We don't know if they've just heard some news. We don't know what's behind that emotion. Exactly. We don't know if that's the way they were raised. We don't know if they're coming from, they just got beat upside their head, or that's what they get every day. Yes. And for you, they come out and they act like everything's okay, but they go home and they get knocked around all day long. You just don't know whether they were raised to be talked to disrespectfully. So what do? They go around disrespecting people with their conversation. Mm-hmm. I think if we sit back and we observe, especially if it's somebody we're around all the time, if you sit back and you observe their behavior, you really could figure out what their environment has been currently, or what they were raised in, their experiences. You can see it. You can see it in us. If you're not careful, if you don't do healing work, people can watch you and see how you spend your time. They can see what you've come from, see what you've been around. There's a saying that says, show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are, because you hang around certain people and their behaviors are like your like behaviors. And so we have to do healing instead of coping. Coping, we've done that long enough. We got good coping skills. We need to come out the coping and move into the healing. Again, healing looks like sitting with discomfort, naming emotion, slowing down enough to listen. We don't want to hear it. I'm just trying to tell you that, the other day, we don't want to hear it. I was at a patient's house the other day, and one of her children came in and, kind of just bogarted in the visit, went into and started I had just gotten her position in a position that she said, oh my gosh, this is so good. I wish, talking about her children, would learn how to do this, because now I'm not feeling the pain, da 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 da. And then he comes in and just start talking, hey Renee, and start just doing stuff. And I'm like, did you ask her, was she uncomfortable? Did you check with her, to see if, and then he started telling her that he was going to fix something to eat. And I said, well, one of the other sibling she wanted that one to make it because he makes something special that she really wants to eat. And he got an attitude. You just need to stop being picky. And I'm looking at him like, if you don't get out, we were having a peaceful conversation. She was telling me about the dream she had about this food that her other child fixes, and that's what she wanted.
Let her have what she
And I mean, literally, 99 years old. And will have a 100th birthday this year. If I don't hurt you next. Coming in here fussing. I was so bad. And I meant to say something, but I said, obviously something, because they had just come home. Something happened, because this is not the normal character that I see. I've never seen this behavior before. And I think they must have checked themselves, because then they hollered up, when you ready to leave, let me know. Like, that's okay. Your other sibling is down here. He'll let me out. Chillax. But we just don't know. Now, I could have popped off. Just because you my patient's daughter or son, you come at me crazy, I may have to lay hands. No, I don't lay hands, but you're not going to just talk to me any kind of way.
That's just...
But because they're always kind, always sweet, I knew something was wrong. And so I didn't respond. But when I go back, I'm going to ask, are you okay? Because last week, you kind of popped off. You popped off on your mother. You popped off on me. Like, and all they're going to do is apologize. But I really want them to know, I notice you. I see you. So if there is something going on, because sometimes I've had somebody come and I know they're out of character, and I'll pull them away and say, you okay? Because, you're kind of snappy today. And they've gotten bad news themselves. That here, their loved one is terminal and they just got some bad news. But if I had just been offended, I wouldn't have known. And that happens with me, and has happened with me for years, because I really enjoy identifying in my own self things that I know need to be healed. So when I see it in somebody else, it gives me compassion for them to know that everybody deserves to be free. Everybody deserves to have a voice and to be able to vocalize what is going on with them, and have a safe space to talk about it without feeling judged, without feeling like somebody's going to think differently about them because, they're having a breaking moment.
Yeah.
It's okay. We got to stop that. We have to stop feeling that we have to show up and always be everything to all people. Always have it going on. Nothing causes us to get off kilter.
Right.
We always straight. Coping keeps life moving, but healing lets truth surface. So, coping, you just keep...
set you free.
Listen, it will set you free for sure. Coping keeps you moving. Healing makes you honest, because you're telling the truth. You're not just holding on to what it looks like. You're telling what it really is.
Yes.
So let's stop this coping stuff. How would you describe the difference between coping and healing in your own life?
Coping is going through it, but knowing you have something, you have a goal, and you have certain things you have to get done. And even if something else is going on that you really need to deal with, you put it on the back and say, I'll come back to that. And you do what you need to do. Healing is sitting in it and saying, I need a minute, and dealing with whatever is going on, and then carrying on if I am equipped to do it after I go through that.
You said something so powerful, and I don't even know if you realize how powerful that was. Giving ourselves permission. When you just said, give me a minute. That is so powerful, because in that moment, you're letting that person know, whatever just happened, I'm not okay. And rather than me showing up in my emotional self, I'm getting emotional like something's going on just talking about it. Being able to say, give me a minute. That is so powerful. To be able to stop something that's happening in the middle of it and just pause the person, pause the issue, and say, I'm not suggesting that I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not saying that I'm just blowing it over, which is your coping. I'm going to blow this over and just act like everything is okay. Mm-hmm. I'm letting you know by pausing, I need a minute, because what just happened kind of took me off for a minute. And I don't want to, I've just been offended. I don't want to become the offender.
Exactly.
Because I'm getting all in my feelings about it. So let me go off and get myself together.
Yeah, that's one of those classic moments where you hear that, what is it? That saying, hurt people hurt people.
But heal people heal people.
Yeah, they do. So give me a minute.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to come back and say, I had to walk away because I felt what you said was causing something in me. And number one, I needed to find out why what you just said triggered me.
Mm-hmm.
And then now that I've identified why it bothers me, I need to let you know, please don't say that to me again. Or please don't talk to me like that again. I'm working on healing why it triggered.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm working on it, I don't need you to keep doing it.
That's right.
Or if I figured out why it triggered me, it triggers me because I grew up with somebody talking to me like that. Not going to happen. If that's the way you choose to continue to be with me and be around me, then we just won't. I think we probably just need to go our separate ways. Because people will show you if they really respect you. Because if you're telling them something bothers you, why would we keep at it? Why would we keep doing something that a person has told you bothers them? That's so insensitive. And I've seen that happen. And I've had to tell it. Well, I told them you told them and they still keep doing it. They're telling you they don't respect you. Because they're not even making an attempt. We're not telling them to do, like, take your arm off. We're not telling you to do something so outlandish and crazy. It's not what we're doing.
Nope.
Where are we on time?
It's time to go. We have it's 10 minutes. And we usually take 10 minutes to say goodbye.
Well, let's see. So we'll pick back up next week. We just identified, we talked about what it means to be strong, how we defined it. We talked about the wearing the mask. And then we just finished talking about the difference between coping and healing. When we come back, we'll talk about why strong women choose coping, and we'll talk about the cost of staying in coping mode. We have some other things we'll talk about, but I'll give you those two that we'll start with at the next episode. So don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. Please. Don't forget to share. And if you haven't subscribed, we probably should have told you that in the very beginning. Go ahead, click subscribe, click the bell so you'll be notified. Our episodes drop every Friday at 7. Share the episode with someone you love and someone you don't love. Because we all need we need these nuggets that we are sharing. We all need to have these conversations. Maybe someday we'll have that rest party live. That's one of my plans. I want to do a rest party live where women all across, once we're building this community, you help us build this community, we have our rest pajama party, and we'll be live all over the place. I'm not even going to tell you what we're going to be doing at this rest party because I got to wait until I put these things together. I got so many things. I just can't wait. I can't wait until my last day at work.
I'm scared, y'all. I got a feeling she's going to be asking me when my last day.
I've been trying to tell her. I'm like, we both have a business acumen in us. We both have some things that we want to do. I had no idea I would have all these things that I want to do until God said, you have until July to quit your job. I mean, he told me in July, you had until April to quit your job. So July last year, the moment he planted that seed that I had to go, it's like he just started birthing stuff. He gave me 9 months. He just started birthing things in me that I never imagined. Now, I can't even tell you how much stuff I have written out, how many things that I'm doing, how many things that I have to execute. And I can't wait till the day I wake up and can just bank on me all day.
Bank on
me and can
like that.
And can execute the
bank
thing.
On me.
Don't be telling them it's a t-shirt. Then they be done stole the bank on me. Don't go get that t-shirt made. She just told me we're going to bank on me. That's what I'm going to do. And that's what you're going to do. Because I'm trying to get her to work on this plan. She told me today, God done birthed something else, some other idea in her. I'm like, okay, yeah, well, let's get this on and popping. We need to do some things. Because I am 61 and having fun. And only God knows what 62 gonna do. Ooh, I'm a poet. And don't even know it. Actually, I'm a poet and I do know it. But I didn't know that that's what was getting ready to come out my mouth. But that's how I roll. Anyway, so again, if you like this episode, and I know you did, share it with somebody else who needs to hear it. Share the podcast with share the rest movement. Go to the website, Renee Young Blake, all things Renee Young Blake's website and the podcast, all of these things. And we just got so many things to do, so many exciting things to do. We have just bought our tickets for Podcast Summit that's coming in July. I can't wait. I went for the first time last year, and last year my husband went with me, son and granddaughter, and we had a blast. But none of them are going this year. It's just going to be me and my podcast. Hope it's going. Listen, I glean and I learn all the time. So being amongst podcasters from all over and opportunity after opportunity. Last year when I went, I had not started my podcast yet. And I got so much pressure at the podcast because they did something special for those of us who belong also to the morning meetup. They did something for us the day before. And so we had this social and everybody was like, so what's the name of your podcast? So I'm giving them a name, but I hadn't started. Well, when are you starting? Finally got a name. Look, but because everybody said that, because that's what they taught, you need to just press record. I said, okay, I'm gonna start September the 1st. Before I blinked my eye, September the 1st they come around. Yeah. Because the podcast summit was in August.
Oh,
so I was not thinking. My brain was not thinking at all. So all I can tell you is we love you. We love what we're doing. We love what God is doing. Yes. And we want you to be on this journey with us, this journey of wholeness, journey of wealth, the journey of health, getting our mind right so that whatever God places in our hands to do, because our mind will be right, all we gonna say is, yes, Lord. That's it. Obedience. That's it. That's obedience. I was looking at the scripture today. Many are called and few are chosen. Ooh. And I had to do a deeper dive because in reading it, I'm thinking, Well, what's the difference? Well, the called is the invitation. The chosen is when you choose to come. Because there's a story of a banquet is being had, and many people got the invitation, but everybody didn't show up properly adorned. Everybody didn't show up with the invitation. Some people were late. Some people didn't get excited that they got this invitation. So those who chose to come, chose to show up, chose to be prepared and ready and dressed for the banquet, those are the ones that were chosen. Those are the ones that had favor. Those are the ones that God really shined his light on. So listen, we have an opportunity to have that same light shine upon us when we just show up obedient. When God calls, we don't just hear the call, we answer. It's a good time. It's a good time to do that. So we love you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Not a ting.
Not a ting. See you later. Thank you for watching the Rest Movement Podcast. Remember, keep breathing, keep believing, keep becoming. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you next Friday.